Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Nicole Long. We begin tonight in Bradford County, Pennsylvania, where 37-year-old Summer Heel of Harrisburg pled guilty to a felony charge of hindering apprehension or prosecution due to her role surrounding the death of Michael Pruitt. Heel was originally charged with several misdemeanors in connection with Pruitt's death, as she was involved in dismembering the victim's body and assisting Rhonda and Terry Parker in the burning and disposal of that body to cover up the crime. In a statement released following the plea, Bradford County District Attorney Richard Wilson said, quote, "During the plea proceeding, Heel acknowledged that she did not play any role in the killing of Michael Pruitt, which is consistent with all of the evidence set forth in hearings previously," end quote.